My child, I need you to stop everything you are doing and center your spirit right now, because what I am about to tell you is not a coincidence, nor is it a random thought passing through your mind. You may look at tomorrow and see it as just another day, and you may look at the plans you have made for lunch as a simple, ordinary meal. You expect it to be a moment of fellowship, a moment you won't think twice about, perhaps a time to relax and converse. But listen to me closely, for the spiritual atmosphere around this meal is heavy, and what looks like a harmless lunch has the power to shape the next chapter of your life if you are not careful. There is a weight attached to this specific hour that your natural eyes cannot see, but I am pulling back the veil so you can see the danger hiding inside what appears to be normal. I am speaking to you now before you sit down, before your hand reaches for that plate, and before your seat is pulled out beneath you, because I must warn you of a trap that has been set. This is not a situation that has happened by accident, and it is not a misunderstanding. A plan has been set in motion that is dark, intentional, and silent. It has been prepared by a woman whose heart has been simmering with resentment for far longer than you ever realized. You have been walking in innocence, assuming that the people around you share your heart, but you must understand that not everyone who smiles in your face is praying for your peace. You might be asking yourself, who is this woman and why would someone plan something so twisted against me? Why would a simple lunch become the chosen moment for an attack? I am going to reveal her motives, her actions, and the bitterness she has hidden, but I need you to stay with me completely. Do not let your mind wander to your to-do list, and do not listen with half attention. The spiritual weight of what is coming requires your full sobriety and your complete understanding, because your awareness is the first step in your protection. This woman is not a stranger hovering on the outskirts of your life, nor is she a distant enemy you have never met. She is close to you, much closer than you think, and she is someone familiar. This is someone whose presence you have welcomed without question, someone whose voice you have trusted, and someone whose company you have allowed near your heart. You have let her into your personal space, believing she was a safe harbor, but behind that familiar face is a storm you never saw coming. She has been watching you, my child, but not with the admiration or affection you thought she had. While you were sharing your life with her, she was watching you with a jealousy that has quietly grown into rage. It is important for you to know that you did not provoke her to do this. You did not harm her, you did not compete with her, and you did not try to make her feel small. You simply lived your life with honesty and innocence, but that alone was enough to disturb the shadows living inside her. Your blessings irritated her spirit. Your peace threatened her chaos, and your strength offended her brokenness. Instead of seeking healing for herself, she chose hatred. Instead of growing, she chose bitterness. She did not want to confront you openly because she knows she cannot win a fair fight against the light you carry. She didn't want anyone to see her hands shaking with envy, so she crafted her plan quietly and carefully. She devised a scheme she believed would slide under every radar, unnoticed and unchallenged. She thinks she is operating in total secrecy, but she forgot one crucial thing: I see everything. I see the words she never spoke aloud, and I see the thoughts she formed in the secret places of her heart. I saw her preparing exactly what she believes will bring you harm tomorrow. She thinks her timing is perfect, and she assumes your guard is down. She is counting on the fact that you will sit at that table, trusting the very hands that plan to betray you. But that is why I'm speaking to you right now, not to scare you or make you hide in fear, but to prepare you. I am giving you sight beyond sight and wisdom beyond human logic, so that you are not caught unaware. I want you to pause and let this truth settle in your spirit. If you are feeling the weight of this warning, I need you to acknowledge it. Leave a comment below saying, "I am listening," or I receive this warning, so that we can seal this awareness in the spiritual realm. By typing those words, you are signaling that you are awake and that the enemy's plan to catch you sleeping has already failed. This engagement helps this message reach others who may be walking into similar traps without knowing it. Understand this clearly. The meal she intends to serve you is not just food, it is a weapon. What she offers tomorrow may look harmless, it may smell comforting, and it may appear nourishing to the natural eye. But what sits inside it is designed to harm you, not just emotionally or symbolically, but physically and deliberately. She has chosen a substance that can weaken the body without raising immediate suspicion, something that mixes with food without being seen. She believes this can slip into your system unnoticed, and if you were to take a single bite without this discernment, it would affect you. But because you are hearing this now, the trap is already being dismantled. My child, I must be very specific with you because the enemy thrives in the shadows of vagueness, but truth brings everything into the light. If you were to take a single bite of what has been prepared for you without discernment, without awareness, and without this warning I am giving you right now, I tell you the truth, it would affect you deeply. Your stomach would twist in a way that feels unnatural, your physical strength would fade rapidly, and your clarity would slip away as if a fog had suddenly descended upon your mind. Your body would cry out for help while she sits directly across from you, pretending innocence, smiling as if she has no idea why you are suddenly suffering. She has chosen a substance that is designed to weaken the body without raising immediate suspicion, something she believes can slip into your system unnoticed. She is banking on the fact that you will not look closely, that you will be too engaged in conversation to notice anything amiss. She believes that because the setting is casual, your spiritual guard will be down. But she has severely underestimated the God who watches over you. She thinks she has calculated everything perfectly, but she forgot that I am the one who gives you breath, and I am the one who sustains you. However, I do not reveal this to make you tremble or to make you panic. Do not let fear enter your heart. The very reason I am revealing this trap to you is so that you can walk into tomorrow with authority, not with anxiety. You must understand a fundamental spiritual principle. If I reveal a trap to you, it is because I have already provided the escape. If I show you the weapon formed against you, it is because I have already shielded your life from its impact. If I expose the dark heart behind her actions, it is because I am already actively protecting yours. She believes she will corner you tomorrow. She believes the moment you sit down and the plate touches your hands, she will finally win. But she has forgotten something powerful. You are covered, you are guarded, and you are mine. Her plan may be hidden from human eyes, and she may have concealed it well from those around her, but it is not hidden from heaven. The very angels she never believed existed, and certainly never accounted for, have already been positioned around you, intercepting what she thinks is inevitable. This is a battle between her natural plotting and my supernatural protection, but even with angels on assignment, you must walk with wisdom, because protection begins with awareness. A shield is most effective when the one it covers is alert and listening. So hear me clearly, my child, tomorrow. If your spirit pauses, you must listen. If something inside you whispers hesitation, do not ignore it. Obey it immediately. If a chill runs through your chest when the plate is placed before you, pay close attention, because that sensation is not fear, that is not anxiety or nervousness. That is my voice speaking to you without words. That is my warning vibrating in your spirit. That is my hand physically pulling you backward before danger can reach you. Do not brush it off as a strange feeling. Treat it as a divine command to stop. I want you to take a moment right now to solidify your stance against this attack. The enemy wants you passive, but I want you active in your faith. Leave a comment below declaring, "I am covered by God," or "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Let your words stand as a barrier against this plot. By declaring your protection, you are agreeing with heaven and disagreeing with the plan of the enemy. Let this comment section be a wall of fire that the enemy cannot cross. You need to understand the history of this moment to truly grasp why it is happening. This woman did not decide to do this overnight. This is not a sudden impulse. Her resentment has been brewing for seasons, bubbling under the surface while she smiled in your face. She has watched you rise while she stayed stagnant, and that gap has eaten away at her. She has watched doors open for you effortlessly, while her own doors remain tightly closed. She has watched you smile and carry joy, while she drowned in her own private bitterness. Instead of looking at her own heart and asking why she is stuck, she blamed yours. Instead of owning her failures and seeking growth, she despised your blessings. Instead of healing her pain, she began plotting your downfall, convincing herself that if she could just dim your light, she would finally be able to shine. She has deeply mistaken your character. She has mistaken your kindness for weakness. She has mistaken your patience for naivety. She has mistaken your silence for ignorance, assuming that because you didn't say anything, you didn't know anything. But now, the moment she thought she would strike silently, I am exposing loudly. Tomorrow she expects your trust. She expects you to be the same innocent, unguarded person she thinks she knows. She expects your heart to be wide open to her deception. But what she will meet is a version of you she never expected, a version that is aware, alert, guided, and covered by divine instruction. My child, I am not finished revealing what she intends. There is more, much more. Her motives go deeper than just jealousy. Her timing is not random. Her plan is tied to something she overheard, something she assumed, and something she misunderstood about your future. My child, take a deep breath now and steady your spirit, because what I am about to reveal goes deeper than anything you have heard so far. You already understand the danger that is lurking, and you understand the dark intention behind it. But now you must understand the why. You must understand why she chose tomorrow specifically, why she chose a simple lunch as her weapon, and why she chose you as her target. This is where the truth becomes sharper and the picture becomes clear. This woman didn't just wake up one morning and spontaneously decide to harm you. This plan is the result of a slow-burning fire, one she has fed for a long time, with assumptions, insecurities, and silent comparisons. You had no idea she was watching you this closely, observing your every move with a critical eye. You had no idea that your successes were bruising her pride, or that your simple moments of joy were triggering her deep-seated pain. She felt every moment you shined as if it were a personal attack against her worth. My child, you must hear me. Your light did not hurt her. Her own internal darkness hurt her. But instead of facing that darkness, she blamed you for it. And that blame grew and spread like an infection in her mind until she convinced herself that removing you quietly and suddenly would finally give her peace. She has been wrong from the very beginning. The moment she decided to target you, she set herself against something far greater than your human strength. She set herself against the covering over your life, against the hand that shields you, against the angels assigned to your protection, and against the purpose heaven has marked on your name. She is blinded by her hatred, unable to see that what she is attempting is not just wicked, it is impossible, yet she is still determined to try. Now, you must see the full truth of why tomorrow became the chosen day. Do you remember recently when you unknowingly spoke about something important? Perhaps you shared a piece of good news. mentioned a new blessing, or talked about an opportunity that was coming your way. Or maybe you simply smiled in a moment when she expected you to be broken. Whatever it was, she heard it. And even if she pretended not to care, even if she said nothing at the time, her heart reacted violently. That moment triggered her final decision. She said in her spirit, "Enough. This ends now." She chose tomorrow because she believes tomorrow is the last chance she has before your next breakthrough arrives. She believes that if she doesn't act before your blessing manifests, she will lose her ability to stop you forever. She thinks she's being strategic, cutting off your future before it has a chance to grow. She thinks she is timing her attack perfectly, but hear me, child, her timing is not perfect, her timing is exposed. She thinks tomorrow is her unseen opportunity, but tomorrow has already become her downfall, because I have stepped into her timeline and disrupted every intention she has birthed in secret. I want you to pause and let this sink in. If you are beginning to see the patterns in your own life, if you sense the truth of this revelation, I ask you to leave a comment below. Type "I see the truth" or "My eyes are open." By doing so, you are declaring that you are no longer blind to the enemy's devices. Your comment helps this message reach others who need to wake up to the traps set around them. Let your engagement be a signal to the spiritual realm that you are watching. She wanted a moment where your guard was low, your attention relaxed, and your heart open. What moment feels more harmless than lunch, a simple plate, a simple seat, a simple afternoon? She told herself, this is the safest way, this is the cleanest way, this is the moment no one will question, no one will suspect, and no one will notice. She believed that the everyday nature of this setting would hide her intentions completely. But she miscalculated something she never considered. You are not walking into tomorrow alone. You are walking into tomorrow with revelation, with awareness, with my voice echoing inside you like a shield, and with angels ready to intercept what she thinks will go unnoticed. But for you to walk with this full protection, you must understand her method as clearly as her motive. The moment you sit down tomorrow, I need you to be observant. Watch her eyes, watch her hands, watch her timing. Watch closely how she encourages you to eat quickly, or how she watches your first bite more intensely than she should. Her nervousness will show itself. Her eagerness will slip through the cracks, and the mask she wears will tremble. Her posture will betray her intention, because a guilty heart can hide its thoughts, but it cannot hide its fear. She will try to appear casual, but she will not be able to hide the tension from someone whose eyes have now been opened, from someone listening to this message right now. You will see it and you will feel it. Your spirit will sense it immediately. That sudden tightening in your chest, that odd feeling in your stomach, that moment where your mind says, "Wait, something is wrong, that is me." Do not ignore it, even if everything looks fine, even if others are eating, even if she pushes the plate toward you with a smile that looks warm. Trust what I have placed inside you. Do not eat what I have warned you about, because she is not planning to strike through argument or confrontation. Her weapon is subtlety. She wants you to let your guard down. She wants you to participate willingly in your own harm. She wants you to accept danger disguised as hospitality. But I will not let you fall into that trap. I need to take you deeper into the spiritual root of this now. You need to understand not just the how and the when, but the why that goes beyond emotion, beyond jealousy, and beyond pain. There is a spiritual force whispering into her heart, feeding her bitterness and pushing her forward. This attack is spiritual, but you must know that the force influencing her cannot overpower the one protecting you. Her darkness is loud, but heaven's voice is louder. Her plan is calculated, but heaven's plan is invincible. She believes she is moving in silence, but heaven has already shouted her secrets into the light. She didn't just wake up and choose wickedness. She has been wrestling with thoughts and voices that have shaped her actions for weeks. This plan evolved and strengthened the more she allowed bitterness to govern her steps. But remember, the true root began on the inside, in those small moments where she felt overshadowed by you. Your presence made her feel invisible, your happiness made her feel defeated, and your growth made her insecurity louder. What she refused to confront became a doorway for something destructive to enter her spirit, a whisper telling her to remove the one blocking her light. Jealousy is a seed, and when it goes unchallenged, it grows into deception, and deception watered by insecurity becomes a weapon. My child, you must understand that this woman has transformed from someone who was simply wounded into someone who has become dangerous. She has chosen poison instead of confrontation because she wants to avoid being seen as the villain in your story. She craves the satisfaction of winning a war against you without ever having to lift a hand publicly or admit her true feelings. She wants you harmed without accountability, and her heart desires a victory that costs her nothing but takes everything from you. Yet, even in this deep deception, she has no idea that heaven has already intervened and that the one she thinks is unprotected is actually surrounded by an army she cannot see. You need to grasp the level of precision she intends to use tomorrow, for this is not a sloppy or impulsive plan. She has thought through every single detail, where you will sit, how the food will be placed, and how she will steer the conversation so that you are distracted at the critical moment. She has planned how she will encourage you to eat before the food gets cold, and she has even rehearsed how she will pretend to take a bite of her own portion while subtly avoiding the danger she planted. She has rehearsed her performance in her mind, imagined the moment of her success, and convinced herself that tomorrow is her perfect stage. But heaven is not watching silently. Heaven is rewriting the script she prepared. There is a profound spiritual reason she targeted you at a table, for the table is a symbol of trust, peace, nourishment, and fellowship. To strike you at a table is to strike your spirit in a place that represents comfort and safety. She wants to destroy your sense of security and leave a wound that follows you far beyond tomorrow, one that whispers to you to never trust again. The enemy knows that if he can poison your sense of safety, he can poison your future relationships, your confidence, and your ability to rest. This attack is not merely physical, it is psychological, emotional, and spiritual. She wants the moment of harm to be tied to something innocent so that you carry fear into every future moment that resembles it. But what she does not understand, what the enemy never learns, is that I do not simply save my children from danger, I reverse it. I transform the very place meant for your fall into the location of your breakthrough. You will not leave tomorrow with trauma, you will leave with revelation. You will not walk away terrified of tables, you will walk away empowered by discernment. You will not crumble in fear, you will rise in victory. She has been carrying a lie inside her heart that removing you will make her life easier, imagining that your presence and favor are obstacles standing between her and the life she desires. But she is mistaken. Your presence is not blocking her. It is exposing what she refuses to change in herself. The reason she feels threatened is because her spirit recognizes something powerful in you, something she cannot imitate, diminish, or silence. Instead of learning from you, she chose to oppose you, but she is trying to fight a destiny that was sealed long before she planned your downfall. The urgency she feels comes from a discovery she made recently. She learned, whether through a conversation, a message, or an overheard word, that your life is about to take a significant turn. She sensed a blessing, an advancement, or a breakthrough coming your way that she has no access to. She knows enough to feel threatened and insecure, believing that if she does not stop you now, she will never have another chance. She thinks tomorrow is her deadline, her final opportunity to cut off your future before it grows. But she is right about one thing. Tomorrow is an end. It is not the end of your life or your purpose, but the end of her access to you, the end of her influence, and the end of her ability to harm you. Heaven decided her time near you would close, but in her panic, she tried to attack before losing her grip. Tomorrow is the day she exposes herself. I will make her movements shaky, her words stumble, and her eyes betray her. I will make her actions appear suspicious to protect you. The danger is not in the food. The danger is in trusting the wrong heart, and I am teaching you that discernment will save your life. When you feel that disturbance in the atmosphere, that nudge from your intuition, do not question it and do not apologize for it. If you sense the slightest hesitation, walk away. You do not owe her politeness at the cost of your safety. You will walk away tomorrow untouched, unharmed and unshaken, while she stands confused and shattered by the realization that her scheme held no power against you. After tomorrow, the connection will break, not necessarily through confrontation, but the distance will form, the ties will loosen, and you will walk into a new season free from her shadow. You are entering a time of unstoppable protection and elevation. The enemy sensed your breakthrough and tried to sabotage it, but he does not get the final say. You will live, you will rise, and you will prosper. What was meant to poison you will become the proof of your protection, and what was meant to destroy you will become the testimony of your deliverance. I am with you, covering you, and guiding every step you take. Walk with your head high and your confidence rooted in me, for you are safe and destined for more. If this message spoke to your spirit, if you felt the awakening and the warning, do not leave silently. Your engagement helps push this protection to others who need it. I ask you to subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't already. By subscribing, you ensure you never miss the messages that reveal secrets, expose traps, and guide you into your purpose. Join this community of believers who are staying alert and connected. Leave a comment below declaring, "I am protected," to seal this word over your life. Stay safe, stay covered, and stay connected. Your breakthrough is coming.